Do you ever feel like that in the midst of final season, all you do is study, rush to your classes, go from one meeting to the next, and you're on this constant hamster wheel of go, go, go without much time to rest? I totally feel you. So here are 5 personal things that I do in my day-to-day life to help keep the mental well-being alive and to give myself a chance to de-stress without it taking up a bulk of my schedule. And this also doubles as my Nursing 180 final, so shout out to that class. So without any further ado, let's get into it, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for many upcoming summer videos. So my first tip is to treat the gym like a non-negotiable thing. And here is my gym routine as I explain this point more. So I start out on the spin bike doing 4 minutes of sitting and 1 minute of standing and cycling. And next I move on to these machines to set up a little circuit exercise, and the patterns are as follows. So the thing about making the gym a non-negotiable thing is that on busy weeks, it's so tempting to let gym to be the first thing to go. But I've been pushing myself to treat it like class or any other non-negotiable thing. If I was feeling stressed, I wouldn't dip out on class because I know ultimately that would make me feel worse. And I do the same with gym to build up this good stress management outlet. Then I move into my kickbacks and my squats. This semester, I've been trying to go to the gym Monday, Wednesday, Friday for at least an hour and do a full body workout each time. And honestly, it's made great improvements on both my mood and just like consistency with things. And I feel like I really shifted from a lot of self-destructive coping mechanisms, which are like temporary relief but won't be good for the long term, into like healthy ways to cope with my stress and healthy ways to let out anger or sadness or any other emotions. I finish off on the treadmill, and with that concludes my first tip. My second tip is to just take nature walks when you can, especially nowadays with the weather getting better. I find that this really helps clear your head, ease anxiety, have you reflect, and most importantly, it takes you out of this autopilot cycle. When we have busy days and an endless to-do list, it can be so easy to slip into just do, and not even reflecting on what we're doing, and oftentimes at the end of the day, we don't even know what we've accomplished. By taking walks such as this, it really takes you out of that cycle and lets you have a chance to reflect and celebrate what you have already accomplished, and lets you have a fresh perspective when you go back to the rest of the things you need to do. My third tip might sound very counterintuitive, but I promise this works under a certain mindset, and that is partying. So partying for me is a big motivator to get done whatever I have to get done before I go out for the night. It's also a way to spend time with my friends and just dance it out, get that cardio in because I hate running otherwise, and also get that weekly dose of interaction. And it's a motivator for me to grind hard in school in order to make more memories such as these. Here are some of my favorite moments this year, some cute memories with friends. And the thing with partying, you don't even have to get super drunk each time to enjoy it. It's just about spending time in the company of those who you enjoy and all vibing in a similar ambiance and making those memories. Tip number 4 is to have some way to express your feelings. So as a balance between a verbal processor and then also a personal reflector, I really like talking it out with friends, but also just taking time to reflect on my own. So investing a journal in this sense has really helped. Also, poetry is such a great expressive way to get your feelings out, and it's also so fun to read back on years later, so highly recommend. My last tip is to plan literally every single thing in your life out, whether it's classes, meetings, readings, when things are due, hangouts with friends, even stuff like wash hair I put in my Notion board. By planning everything out, this takes it out of your head and puts it into action. You can realistically see how much time you have, how much you can handle, and also plan in weekly hangouts with friends so I don't neglect my friendships even in busy times. This doesn't take super long to do, maybe just 30 minutes every Sunday. I have a running list here of my final assignments, as well as the breakdown for every single class and how much it's worth for my extracurriculars. So for example, AMS marketing ideas, blog ideas, YouTube video ideas, AUS tasks, and so on and so forth. And on top of everything, try to sleep well, try to relatively eat well, and remember that even though this period is stressful, it is temporary and it has an end date. Here are some other helpful reminders that I like to keep in mind. The first one is just looking at the bigger picture, looking at the summer ahead. You have so much time to explore what you want, meet all the people that you want, go out and have all these wonderful adventures, but you just have to get through this period first. So life is grander than finals, life is grander than the problems that might seem at hand, and if you look at the bigger scope and the bigger picture, you are always doing better than you think. This second mindset is also a good reset. So whenever I'm dealing with a problem at hand or something is bothering me, I ask myself, will it bother me to the same extent in 5 hours? What about in 5 days or even 5 weeks? And oftentimes I realize it is not as big as my mind makes it out to be, and it helps me let it go more easily. And this is not to invalidate any feelings or problems at hand, because whatever you feel is so valid, even if it's in the heat of the moment. This is just to put your problems into perspective and hopefully let you let it go sooner and keep your peace. And finally, this is a hard pill to swallow for me, but I think it is a necessary one. So I'm someone who likes to have a lot of control over everything, whether it's my schedule, whether it's with my interpersonal relationships, or just with the way things work out. So just taking a moment to remind myself, just do the best you can at what's at hand. And then once it's out of your arm's reach, don't try to control it and just let it go. And I find that this kind of saves you the mental stress of worrying about it again and again and putting yourself through it mentally when you've already gone through it physically. And I also find that spirituality or faith really helps me with this. So when I'm stressed, I just pray and put it into a higher power's hand, and that way it's out of my mind and I know I've done the best that I can. I hope these practical ways and also mindset reminders will help you make it through final season, and you may carry some of these into summer. So thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for future summer videos. I will be living on res, so you can expect lots of UBC videos. And yeah, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye!